improving myself and enjoy joining, such classes.
Okay. Okay. Your turn, Isra.
Hi, my name is Esra. I live in Istanbul, in Turkey. I have been teaching for 15 years and I like my job very much. So I want to improve my practicing English.
Okay, very good. Ashra, what about you?
Hello, my name is Astra. I'm an English teacher at the secondary school in Naryn City, Kyrgyzstan. I have been a teacher for 15 years, and I love working with kids, with students, I mean, and I love reading books and watching movies in English.
Dahlia, your
Great.
video is not on, I think.
Yeah, but I
Teacher.
don't know because of my connection. I guess I'll try
Okay,
again.
that's fine. Okay,
All right.
I'm Dr. Priscilla. I'm a native English speaker and I live in the US. I've actually taught online for about 18 years and I have a doctorate degree from the University of Phoenix in ESL, more or less. So I'm really understanding what I do as I work with English language learners. So I'm really happy to be here today. Thank you.
Okay, so
Sounds great.
it's Hussein. I'm 27 years old and I'm food and nutrition, agri-food technologies engineer, and then I'm from Algeria. The time here in Algeria is 3 p.m. Okay, that's it.
Okay, I want to say those introductions were on point. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's take a look at what we did for our classwork assignment. And I am so appreciative of the detailed responses. And I want you to know that the more you write and internalize what you're doing, that too is going to add to your ability to become fluent in the English language. So Dahlia, would you read what you wrote?
All right. I am thankful for this inspiring and heart-touching speech, Kisha. I will always keep on my mind that the only failure. But I guess this is the one from last.
Oh,
Right?
this is the one from, oh, this is not the right one.
this-
Okay.
Yeah, right. The one before.
Okay, let me go back. All right, continue talking about something while I find the correct one.
Okay, I just want them to write down a word they got from this video before you share the screen, doctor, and to tell us later about the definition of that word.
Or they can
They
ask
for
you a
sure
question.
got
they
a
can
lot
ask
of new words.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
All right.
You for sure got a lot of new vocabulary from that video. I just want you to choose one, to define it, and to share the definition with us. Clear?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Would you mind sharing the screen, please, doctor?
Well, no, I've got to find what I'm looking for. Maybe you can start with your questions. Maybe you can start with your questions. The questions
Okay.
that you'll
Okay.
be asking in class today.
Okay. Since you, Isra, you written down as, do you hear me,
Yes.
Isra? Okay.
Yes.
I want you to tell us about the word you found interesting for you from the video, of course, and to tell us about its definition. Same
Okay.
question for you all, guys.
And I'm ready whenever you are.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up my document now, the correct one. Okay. Continue. Hello.
I
Can
have
I?
lots of words. How can I say?
Oh, really?
choose one?
Just choose one word. Choose
Okay.
one word.
For example, courage. Kisha also said that courage is feel the fear and do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
She said
One
courage.
word. Choose one word and give a
Courage. Okay.
definition to it.
Courage.
Okay, courage. What's courage?
Is feeling fear and doing it anyway.
Mm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I got you. Got you. Does anyone want to take part?
For me, the mirroring was kind of new for me, and I understood that it's kind of copying the other person's actions, behavior. I liked this word, and that's why I took it.
Very good.
I wrote it down too. It was interesting for me too.
Yeah.
Mirroring.
Mhm.
Okay, Dalia or Daria.
For me, yes, Daria. So for me, the word utilize was new for me. So that means to use something effectively and efficiently. So I really like that word. Maybe to utilize our expertise in interviews.
Good. And we're going to use that word as expertise. Expertise.
Expertise, right?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Being enough fine to do something. Being enough good.
Okay, what is the word?
Utilize, I don't think it means
Expertise.
Oh, expertise.
expertise. Okay.
Expertise. Expertise. Okay, excellent. All right, let's now. Always, how are you today?
Hello, good evening. How are you? I'm fine.
Great. Do you want to take a
Hello,
moment
always.
and introduce
Hello.
yourself?
Okay. My name is Owais Ansari. I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. I'm computer engineer. I love to I sorry. I love to get training some network trainings. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
so
tell me it's your child again.
did you get? Okay, we're going to go on to our messages now.
Mhm.
All right, so we have Owais, you're up first. Could you read what you wrote, please?
Okay. Sharing tips are excellent. I think before going to apply any job, you should unveil your hidden expertise, move forward from your comfort zone, drop off the fear of the failure, improve your competence, and then apply it. In interview, don't be panic, listen properly, and articulate your reply in an appropriate way. A lesson which I got from the video is feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yes, yes. Feel the fear and do
Well
it.
said, always.
Can we get you to give us your question for the class as well, Owais?
Today question.
Yes, a question. Question about this video.
Or a question you want to ask in class?
Today, sorry, today I did not prepare anything.
Okay, well, just ask us a question about anything. I want you to be able to formulate questions.
Okay.
You know, who, what, when, where, why.
I got one thing from in this video, and this is very, I like it, and I also coded in my comment that feel the fear and do it anyway.
Okay,
I
why do you like
why
that?
I like that because it's give me a boost. When I am afraid, I just feel that okay, this is happening. This is the disadvantage or maximum what will happen with me. Then give me energy that okay, don't worry about your failure. Don't worry about your you fed up. Do anything. Just go and do it. Whatever the result will be, but you have to try it.
Okay, very good. Very good. So now, with that said, Owais, each of you will get the opportunity to do what Haas is doing. Notice what I do. You'll start to mirror what I do as a moderator of a group.
Yeah.
Because as we continue to grow, I would like for everyone who wants to be able to feel confident, feel the fear, and do it anyway. When Owais is talking, notice that I'm going like, like to encourage him to keep talking. And this is what you all need to boost your confidence that you're doing great. So I'll go, I don't say so much. I do talk a lot, but the opportunity is for you guys to speak, which is what I'm teaching Haas. Haas, just guide the process. we do hear from you like you do hear from me. So you're going to mirror what you see and hear me do. Excellent. Yay, always. All right, the next we have Ahas. Who's up?
Isra.
Okay.
Esra. Me?
Or Ashra, maybe. Isra.
Ezra.
Okay, this is what I do. When I see Astra, I think of A. Astra, I think of Estra.
Esra. Es.
Ezra.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Confusion between A and E.
May I read it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, go ahead, Isra.
My favorite tip is the seventh tip is that do visualization and success affirmations, because if you can visualize something, your brain should believe in this situation. So if you make positive affirmations about yourself and visualize this, your brain will believe in and starts to work in that way to make it positive. Then your energy will get higher and your personality will shine. I will use this strategy in my life. Thank you, Kisha, for giving us such good tips.
Great.
And your question?
I liked what you said.
Do you like
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just looking for words. I was just checking if you used words from previous lessons or not. I think you have not used any one of them.
I try to use the new words from this video.
Okay, okay,
Not
I
the
see.
previous one.
And what is your question for the group?
And my question is general one. Before this video, I think that how can we feel good enough to be a good teacher or good engineer, whatever else. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that how can we be good at anything that we attempt to do, whether it's an interview, whether it's coming to class, whether it's practicing English? That's a great question. Notice how I say, Has, that's a great question. So let's see if anyone can give us some pointers to give to Ezra. Me. I want to.
Okay, me too. Well, I have a great motto. It says, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. So as a response to Esra's question, whatever we do in our jobs, so it must be about improving ourselves and to do, to get better day by day. Not to just do our job, but try to produce and create things to make things better, I guess.
Great answer. And for me, I think, just keep practicing even when you feel the fear, feel the nervousness, and do it anyway. So now, Haas, I'm going to point out, I want to see your head going like,
Okay.
So that encourages the person to like, yeah, I'm on the right path. Even if they're not on the right path, eventually they will get on the right path because you're showing that this is a safe place, safe space where no one is making any judgment about anyone. If you're not good yet, you will become better. So just keep practicing. Very nice. Thank you.
Ashra, mind reading what you wrote?
Yep. Kisha, thanks a lot for the wonderful video where you give the key tips of being confident in interviews. I like the third tips categories: process-oriented accomplishment, expertise, and soft skills such as emotional intelligence and communication. These categories will guide me to identify the stories where I have completed these accomplishments in my previous places of work. Also, based on this tip, I will be able to use my expertise to drive a positive outcome. I think it will
Mm-hmm.
lead me to give specific answers to the question about my experience in getting positive, fruitful outcomes in my previous work. In addition, the fifth tip to mirror the other person is very interesting for me too. I have heard this guidance first time. I did not think that matching the energy of the other person would be important. It is also a piece of new knowledge for me. I will take it into consideration when I will give an interview. Thank you for the interesting video that includes the necessary and helpful tips in giving the interview. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Great comment, Ashra.
Very nicely
Thank you.
Okay.
done.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
I've noticed that you used the word accomplishment 2 times,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
I just want you to explain what does the word mean. I think I
Uh,
didn't get it.
Accomplishments. I understood it kind of that the how can I say that the work that I completed successfully in my previous work,
Mm-hmm. Okay, something
or
something you achieved.
yeah, something I
Yes.
achieved. Yes.
An
Mm-hmm.
achievement. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
Mm-hmm.
following us, guys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. What's your question for this video, Ashra?
So my question is, how have you just a minute. How have you used contextualized stories to articulate your accomplishment during giving the interview? And have you used these three categories which was mentioned in this video? That and if yes, how?
Okay. Can you repeat the question, please? Can you
How
slow
have
down,
you?
please?
Okay. How have you used contextualized stories to articulate your accomplishment during giving the interview? Have
Mm-hmm.
you used three categories of the third tip that was
Hmm.
mentioned in the video? If yes, how?
Okay, I think I got your question. What about you guys? Have you understood what she wants to say through the question?
Me, me,
Isra?
me,
I
me,
think
me,
you are confused. Or
me,
maybe
me,
you,
me, me, me,
teacher?
me. I want to answer. I want to answer. May I answer?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so as I understood her question is, how can you use contextualized stories during the interview? So, as an example, I want to be an online English teacher. And
Mm-hmm.
so the interviewer asked, why do I want to be an online English teacher? The reason I want to be an online English teacher is when I was a young girl, I always wanted to travel the world, but I didn't know how I would be able to financially afford to do so. So, what I've done since maybe 12 years of age, I've always talked to people that I didn't know online
Mm-hmm.
using platforms like Skype and Zoom. And it is because
Okay.
of this, I have the ability now to talk to people all over the world. So, you see that that was my story.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a context of what I did when I was a child. Now, if I wanted to be a school teacher, so Ashra, what is an example of something an interviewer might ask you? Give me an example of what an interviewer might ask you.
Oh, just a minute. It's kind of difficult to remember. Maybe I remember that one. So, how will you interact with other co-worker? So with my co-workers' future
Yeah,
to solve some of
that's
the
one of the most
solutions.
common questions.
Collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
how you interact with others on the job?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I would say something just like this. That's a great question. I remember when I was in college, my professor would always ask us to work on different projects. And it appeared that most of the students in the class always wanted me to be on their team. And the reason they said they wanted me on their team is because I was a good organizer and I knew how to plan and strategize my time. For this reason, I think I would interact well with the employees here at this company also. Did you see this?
Yes, you were a good conversationalist, doctor.
But it
I
came
think
with,
so.
as Keisha says, practice until I felt
Mhm.
accomplished, and I did it out of, I felt the fear and did it anyway. So we'll practice telling our stories here in these groups to become
Hmm.
fluent in English and answering questions. Okay?
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Keisha.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher. Well
you.
said.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Daria, maybe? I think you've got something to say.
Okay. So if I join in an interview, I would
Hmm.
go back to my experiences and tell about my accomplishments. So I would explain the process, how I achieved a project with my students, or what we did, uh, what were the positive outcomes, um, and maybe I can say I would say the good parts, about my job. So
Mhm.
uh, yeah, so this is related to the contextualized story
Mhm.
of mine. Well, I haven't been a job interview since I work in a state school, because we had an exam which is called KPSS. So I studied hard for the exam, and then I was appointed a school, a state school. But maybe in private sector, it must be different, I guess. So people should
Hmm.
prepare,
Hmm.
yeah, for
Okay.
the interview.
Personally, I would join your point of view, doctor, and yours too, Dalia. Well, as an answer for your question, Ashra, I think what we should do in this situation is to remember all the good things we've accomplished, to tell the interviewer about things we master, about how many intense challenges we've passed through, we faced, to reach the interview, so as they can see the enormity of our accomplishments, so as they don't find a chance to refuse you. That's what I got.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Can we move to the next comments, doctor?
Yes. Is that the next one? Is it Dahlia?
Yes.
Yes, Daria.
Okay. Should I begin?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right. So my favorite tip from the video is number 3, which is use contextualized stories to articulate your accomplishment. I guess it will be beneficial in a job interview to tell about our achievements, thinking about our past experiences, how we manage revolutionary things, how we made process better to drive a positive outcome, and then we will be able to point out that we are suitable for the job. Thank you very much for this inspiring speech.
Okay. Great comments, Daria. Would you mind telling us your question, please?
All right. My question is, have you ever been in a job interview? If yes, how did you utilize your confidence in the interview?
Okay. Okay. I want you always maybe to answer. Have you heard the question?
No.
Okay. Can you repeat the question, Daria?
All right. Have you ever
Speak
been
up,
in a job?
please.
All right. Have you ever been in a job interview? If
Hmm.
yes, how did you utilize your skills in the interview,
How did you utilize your skills?
or confidence, let's say?
Okay. Is that clear enough for you in always?
Yes.
Okay. Go
Actually,
ahead.
before going to interview, I just read the job description and related to my past experience. If I feel that it's a comfortable, I can manage it, or I say that the job description and my past experience are related to each other, then I can easily explain
Mm-hmm.
that. But
Mm-hmm.
if I've seen that job description is changed rather than my past experience, so I have a little bit shaky, but
Mm-hmm.
I try to cover up with my past experience, and I show my general knowledge, and then you know.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You know that fear will for sure appears one time or another, but
Okay,
what's
so
important
Let's
is to
stop for a
hide
moment.
it.
Let's stop for a moment. Great
Mm-hmm.
job, always. Thank you. Continue,
Mm-hmm.
Haas.
Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to harp on the fact that fear appears in one time or another. But what's important is to keep being quiet, not to freak out, as I said last time, in order to show the interviewer that you are calm and that you are the convenient person for that job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I hear you say that you are the convenient person for the job, convenient is a good word, Haas, but convenient is more uh, related to maybe a thing, not
Okay.
not convenient. It's convenient for me to come in to work today, but I'm not necessarily the most convenient person for the job.
Okay.
I can't think of the word at the moment that I might want to use to say I'm
The
the,
appropriate, maybe.
yes, I am the
Mm-hmm.
appropriate person for the job. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Suitable.
I want to remind each of you, say next week, I'll ask either Ezra, Dahlia, or Azra to lead or moderate the class, because that is a part of learning, building your confidence that you know how to call on someone to ask them to do something. The reason I have used Haas so much is because he has come to every class and he's watched me when there was no one else in class. It was Haas and me in class. But now that you all are coming consistently, that as we continue to grow, I will always be here. But students are constantly saying that I don't have anyone to practice with. If you notice, I'm not really creating anything right now. I'm just going to a video, asking you to listen, and there we create a lesson. Okay?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And there are no right or wrong answers, just as I'm saying when Haas says it's I'm the most convenient person, it doesn't
Mhm.
quite sound right. It doesn't mean that it is wrong, but there's a better word, I think. That's my opinion to use.
Mm-hmm.
And then I try to explain why I would not say convenient. Now, it has to be something that you know. When I immediately think of something convenient, I can say, it's convenient for me to pick up this book. I don't know if
Mhm.
you can even see the book, but I've got a book in my hand. It's convenient for me to pick up a book. But what I want to hear you do is use words. And so we're doing something that's revolutionary. This is
Mm-hmm.
going to be something new for each of you to actually moderate. Although as classroom teachers, you moderate your class. You call on Johnny, you call on Dahlia, you call on Aways. You know how to keep things in the class moving. So you
Mm-hmm.
just bring this to this type of environment. Notice how Haas is saying, mm-hmm, great job. That encourages me.
Right.
Okay, someone's listening to me.
Mhm.
Continue, Haas.
Okay.
May I give an
Daria.
example?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Well, you talk about the word convenient. So I just want to give an example. My house is convenient to my place of work because it takes only 5 minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
it is
That's
convenient,
exact.
right?
That's
Yes.
accurate, Daria. Nice
Thank you.
example.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Mm-hmm. Can you see the rest of the comments, Doctor?
Okay. I think I just moved it. Did I not?
There is mine. Okay, I said thanks, Keisha, for this fruitful video. I will for sure start the interview process. I just want to harp on the fact that the key to get hired successfully is to beat any kind of fear we have, to go forward and to show to the interviewer your intense capacities and to prove to him that you are the one who deserves that job.
Mhm.
Good.
Very nicely done.
Mhm.
What is your question? What is your question for the group?
Well, my question is, how can searching the most common questions help you to make your interview successful? How can searching the most common questions make your interview successful?
Okay, I can reply.
I think it's the easiest tip, and I think you've already thought about it.
It's time
Does
for
anyone of you have
technology.
an answer? You might start always.
Okay, I'm saying there is a time of technology and everybody has a internet. So I think you should go Google and search the normal interview question about the job. Then you will find there are several sites will open and you can find the job related question. So you can take an idea from these sites. Oh, this job description, this is a job description, and your interviewer will be maybe ask this type of question. So you have
Mm-hmm.
an idea about the.
Okay, I got your answer. Okay, maybe you,
Hmm.
Daria, you have something
Okay,
to say? Or
right.
maybe Ashra or Isra, maybe. Okay, go ahead, Daria, and then
In
Ashra.
my can I?
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Can I?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you
So
can.
in my
Okay.
I have two kind of situations. So when I was preparing for the interview, it was after after graduating from the university, and the American volunteer, I mean Peace Corps volunteer who worked at the school, he prepared me how to behave and
Mm-hmm.
what kind of questions should be asked during the interview, and it was helpful because I learned so that the question would be about my major, not about other
Mm-hmm.
things, and it was easy. And second time when I was prepared, I used it was a first time when I used Google searching for
Mm-hmm.
the list of the questions, and when I was applying for the master degree program, and I
Okay.
learned a lot about the program, about that program, that there should be that question, what is this program for and why did
Mm-hmm.
I apply for it. And at the same time, I asked other my friends who applied for that program and who were enrolled in that program before, and they also
Mm-hmm.
shared with the
Okay.
questions. So it was a kind of good um, guidance for me to prepare myself for the interview.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. What about you, Isra?
First of all, I make some research about the company which I want to work in, and then it makes my interview successful, and I also talk about my uh, aim of the um,
Okay,
aim
just
of
say it. Just
yes.
say it. It doesn't matter if it is wrong or accurate. Just say it.
Uh,
Okay.
Yes, I mentioned about my aim of the company or why I want to work in there.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm my purpose or my competence. What I my something else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got your idea. Daria?
Okay. I think searching the most common questions and revise the past interview questions or types of them and practice them in the mirror, especially, will help us a lot because because during the interview, I believe that we will have less fear and more courage to build our confidence. So we can have self-confidence, to feel relaxed during the interview. And I think we can be more successful searching the questions beforehand.
Okay.
Can I add something also?
Okay, sure.
So once when I was preparing for the interview, I record my answers on my phone. So according to the questions which I found, and then I re-listened my own voice, my own answers, and just to cut and to give the short and exact, clear answers. So it was
Nice
kind of
idea.
helpful. Yeah, it was helpful for me.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm for sure will use it one day. I like the idea.
Okay,
I do
welcome.
too.
Okay.
Very good.
What about you, teacher? I want to hear from you.
Well, all of those are the really great answers. For me, the best way to prepare for an interview is to research the company. For example, here's my contextualized story. I wanted to work for my own company, Speak Excellent English, and I wanted to build the students. So I've gone online to find out where are students that want to learn English. I've gone to Facebook groups, I've gone to Messenger, I've watched YouTube, and when I find someone that appears to have a desire to learn English, I message them. I encourage the students that I do have to message their friends. So that's what I do. I do the research. I learn what needed, and then I try to fill that need.
Okay, great.
And what about you?
Okay, I think you guys have already mentioned everything, but I would like to insist on the fact that searching about questions, about most common questions in interviews, may help you in one way or another. You will at least get familiar with the company you will hire for, and you will have an idea about how to answer these questions, and this will help you make the interview successful. As simple as that.
Mhm.
Okay, I think you teacher read all the comments. Can we
I
move
did.
to another point?
Okay, so now we have exhausted all of the all of the writing that we were asked to do. So we can now move into the area of just a little bit of just free talk about whatever's on your mind. Again, if you're not making notes, I would encourage you to write down phrases, words, ideas, and thoughts that you may have so that as you continue to grow, grasp ideas, that I don't have to point out for you things that you should be picking up. I want you to face your fear and move forward. Even if what you were thinking in your head, it sounds like it isn't clear. A lot of what I say may not be clear, but having the opportunity to say it again and again, I will eventually get it right. During this part of our conversation, I will probably interrupt you and correct you to get a more structurally sound sentence. For example, if you may say something like, today I am talked to Dr. Priscilla in the group. It's today I'm talking with, not talked to, because we're doing it right now.
Yes.
It will be something subtle, but don't feel like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. We're all learning. And sometimes I will say something incorrectly, and you can ask me, why do you say that? It may not be grammatically correct, it just feels good. Okay? All right. So anyone can just jump in, whatever, say whatever.
I just have two words that I got from that video. I want to share them with you guys. The two words are establish and authentic.
Mm.
First, do you have an idea about the meaning? Okay, go ahead,
Yes.
Daria.
Establish means to found. For example, Atatürk established Republic of Turkey. Right?
Mhm.
Establish, found,
Okay. Okay. It might means to
founded.
to start something, doctor.
Mhm.
To establish something, to start it.
Okay, so here's what I want to happen. It's not so much of an answer, yes or no. We were expressing our opinions. So when I think of establish, let's put it in a contextualized way. I established this group. I send out an email every day to let you know what
Mhm.
the expectation is going to be. So it's something that I have created. How are you finding the things that I'm creating for you all? Jump.
Uh,
When you're in a meeting, we don't raise our, this is open. So just jump in. How are you
Mhm.
receiving the emails that I send to you? Like, another one. This is so boring. This is great. How are you receiving the emails?
But I always feel happy when I receive the email.
Anyone just jump in. Anyone just jump in. So Haas said he's happy to receive the emails. So Esra, you can say, Haas, why are you happy to receive the emails? And Haas can say, it is because. Then always can say, that's interesting. I feel the same way too. Then Asher can say, to that point, one of the things that I really remember is that I'm feeling the fear and I'm speaking out anyway. And Dahlia is going to say, what do you mean by that, Astra? And Astra, there's that kind of conversation,
Interaction.
Mhm.
interaction when you can't really hear, but you just jump in anyway. And you can say, wait
A
a minute.
brainstorming teacher.
Okay.
Okay. The second word was authentic. Maybe Isra or Ashra.
No,
Or
don't
maybe
call,
you always.
do not call on anyone, Haas. Don't call on anyone because maybe that person
Okay.
doesn't know. Just jump in.
Authentic means
Astra.
Okay.
sure about this thing.
Authentic.
Hey, Tyree, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hello.
We can hear you, Ezra. Speak.
Yes,
We-
yes, I hear.
Okay, great.
Okay, authentic means the original. The original.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It's
original.
the same meaning I had in my mind.
I agree with Esra as well.
I
That means
agree with
original.
her too.
Like we need authentic materials for students to speak in English.
I disagree. I disagree.
Why is that, doctor? I'm very good playing the role of the teacher.
Exactly. No, I agree. I just wanted to jump in and say I disagree, but I do agree. I do agree.
I got you.
Great point. Let's welcome Talgreed for a moment. Since we have a new person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Her name.
Agreed. I'm gonna ask you to introduce yourself, please. Tagreed An-Noor. That's an Arabic name, I think.
Yes,
Okay. Go
yes,
ahead and
I'm Prof.
introduce yourself.
Yes, my name Tagreed Hashim Noor, Prof in chemistry, chairwoman in American Chemical Society, ALAC chapter.
Okay. And how old are you?
You never asked. You never asked the lady.
55, 55, 55, 55.
Wow.
You never
Okay,
ask
great.
volunteers. I never tell you my age. So only if the lady gives it to you do you ask. You never ask.
What about
Yes.
men?
Oh, me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're gonna
Okay, nice to meet you, Tagreed.
welcome.
Nice
a
to meet you
pleasure to
too.
have you
Nice to meet
today.
you too.
Okay, so someone explain to Talgreed what we're doing right now.
I am at home.
Okay.
She has just arrived and she doesn't even know what we are doing.
Yes.
I said
Would you
someone.
mind?
I said
Okay.
someone explain to her what we are doing right now, or what did we do earlier?
Okay, so Tagreed, there was a video that we watched, all of us, and we discussed, we wrote some comments about it. The teacher, Dr. Priscilla was reading the comments, and we were making we were trying to explain those comments to point out words, new words that we learned, and to give definitions to those words.
Mhm.
And now we're done with that, and it's a free talk. Are you following me? Are you hearing me? Tagreed, are you still there?
No, I think she dropped off. And this is not uncommon when people come for the first time. It's just like, what are they doing?
Mm.
And we want them to feel comfortable and have confidence in being here.
Actually, people joined when the people joined in the middle. He or she did not understand what are going on. If she joined early, then she know what is going on.
Mm-hmm. This is true. But
I
remember,
just want to ask you, Awais, what time is
Yes.
it in your country? You know, it's Ramadan first. For those who are not Muslim, it's the first day in Ramadan, the holy month for Muslims. And
Tomorrow
it's a
is my
little.
first.
What time is it in your country?
It's 7:53 p.m.
Okay, 1 hour before breakfast.
after breakfast.
Okay, you already broke it.
No, tomorrow is our first Ramzan.
Okay. So
Starting
it's
from
the
tomorrow.
first here in my country. Today is the
Yeah.
first day.
Ramzan
The same.
Mubarak.
Thank you.
okay.
So
I
you
mean,
have fasting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And what time when you open the
It's 4 p.m.
right now?
Around
4 p.m.?
three. It's around 3 hours before breaking fast.
Okay.
So 2 hours here in Turkey.
Great.
here
Not too much there, yeah.
here it's 8:54 p.m.
So you've
8:54.
already broke
Ah.
the fast.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Great.
It is possible for you that you will conduct the class 9:30 because when the classes start, my breakfast. It's,
Okay. So always remember
yeah.
my goal. Let me end my recording. Let's see.
Mhm.
Just a second.